Hello children, it's Mr. Stewart here again. I hope you're ready for your English learning today. This is day 4 of our week, so we're coming near the end and we're building up to our big write that we'll do tomorrow. We're going to carry on today just like we've been doing the other days, with a game to start with, and then we're going to be thinking about activities to do with our book, This Moose Belongs to Me. I hope you enjoyed that story, because I really did. Now, just a few things before we start as normal. Just make sure you're sat nice and comfortably, that there's nothing to distract you so you can really listen and concentrate with today's lesson. You'll need a pen or paper and maybe someone to talk to today as well. But there's one thing that's really important that I hope you've remembered to bring with you today. Do you remember yesterday when we did our rules for our pets, and you drew pictures of those rules? Well, hopefully you've still got those around somewhere. So pause the video, and now's the time to get all of those things ready. Your pen and paper, a good place to sit, and those rule pictures from yesterday. Off you go, see if you can find them, and then start the video again when you're ready. Have you got everything? Well done. Did you find those pictures from yesterday too? I do hope so, because we really need those to help us with our job today. We're going to be doing 2 things in our learning. Our first game is going to help us think about our phase 3 graphemes. All of those sounds and letters and digraphs that you should know for phase 3. I'm sure you'll be really good at it. And after that, we're going to be thinking about some verbs. Now that's quite a complicated word, but I'm sure you'll be able to help me with it, because I know you thought about them a little bit last week with Mrs. Francis. So you should be able to do them again this week. But let's start off with our game. We've got some aliens to help us again today, and they're all holding different graphemes. You need to listen carefully and tell me which one to click on. Let's see if we can get 10 points again. We've been doing so well this week. Let's see if we can get them all right again. Here goes.
Click on the alien that shows ear.
Okay, so which alien shows the ear grapheme? Is it here, here, or here? Ear. That's right, it's this one.
Click on the alien that shows qu.
Which alien shows qu? Is it here, here, or here? For qu. Qu. That's right, it's this one.
Click on the alien that shows j.
Which alien shows j? J. Point to the correct one. Is it here, here, or here? J. That's right, it's this one. Well done.
Click on the alien that shows
Which of these aliens shows Is it here, here, or here? For That's right, it's this alien. And that one's tricky because sometimes there's different graphemes that make the sound. Can you think of any others? Yeah, like ER, it also makes
Click on the alien that shows
th. Which alien makes th? This one, or this one? Which alien makes th? I agree. I think it's this one. It can be th or th.
Click on the alien that shows
So which alien makes the w sound? W. Is it here, here, or here? Point to the right one on your screen. Yeah, I agree. Well done.
Click on the alien that shows
So the v sound. V. Which one is it? You point to it for the v sound. Right over here. Well done.
Click on the alien that shows
Which alien shows the ng sound? Here, here, or here? This is E, A, ng. It's this one.
Click on the alien that shows R.
Where's the R sound? Here, here, or here? For R. That's right, it's this one.
Click on the alien that shows Z.
So the Z sound. And this is our last one. Come on, we can get 10 out of 10. Which alien is holding the Z grapheme? Is it here, here, or here? I agree. It's this one. Z. Well done. We got 10 out of 10. Let's carry on with the rest of our learning. Well done, children. Great work. We got 10 points again. Let's move on with the rest of our learning then. If you remember, this week we've been reading this book, This Moose Belongs to Me, all about Wilfred and his pet, or maybe not pet, moose, called Marcel. Or was it Rodrigo? Or was it Dominic? So confusing. And if you remember, Wilfred had lots of rules for Marcel to follow to make sure that he was a really good pet. And we started thinking about rules for our pets. Now, you might have a pet at home, you might not, but that doesn't matter. In a way, if you haven't got a pet, it's even more exciting because you could think of a crazy one that you might like to have at home and some fantastic rules that you might want it to keep. I think you met my pet gecko on Tuesday, on day 2. And these are the rules that I drew pictures for Mrs. Gecko. These were the things that I wanted her to do. And we're going to start today and carry it on tomorrow to write sentences to go with our rules. But the one word, a type of word, that we're really going to need to help us are verbs. And we need to use our verbs correctly. Now, you might know what a verb is. You might remember it from last week with Mrs. Francis, or you might not. So let me remind you. A verb is a doing word. It's an action word. It tells you to do something. It might be something you do with your body. It might be something you do inside your head. But they are doing words, action words. Now, the good thing about verbs is we can play lots of games to help us remember what they are. So, I'm going to start off with a game to get you moving and thinking, and most importantly, remembering what verbs are. So, first of all, just make sure that you're in a safe space. That if I ask you to do an action, if I give you a verb, that you're not going to knock into anything or bump into anyone or break anything in your house. So make sure you're in a safe space to do this. If not, you might need to move and find a different space, because I'm going to give you some verbs and I want you to follow my instructions. Can you do the actions that I'm telling you? So, if you're ready, here's the first one. Can you hop? That's it, hop. Have a go at hopping. Well done. How about stretch? Can you stretch maybe up, maybe across? Have a go at stretching. What other verb could I give you to do? Jog. If you've not got lots of space, maybe you could jog on the spot. Get those knees nice and high. Well done. Good jogging. Let's do two more. How about, be careful with this one, jump. Can you jump? Don't bump into anything. Don't knock anyone over. Don't break anything, please. Jump. Great jumping. And then last of all, how about sit? If you sit down, then we're going to be ready to carry on with our learning. Great work, children. And hopefully that helps you remember what verbs are. Verbs are words that tell you to do something. You've just been following my instructions. You've been listening to my action words, to my verbs, and doing what you heard. Now it's your turn. Hopefully you've got someone near you who can help you. Perhaps you'll just have to give instructions to your pet if there's no people around. But can you use verbs to tell each other what to do? Just like I did with you a moment ago. Say the verb, see if your friend or parent or grown-up or pet can do it. I'll be very impressed if you've got a pet that can jump, especially if it's a goldfish. Pause the video, have a go at using verbs with your partner. How did that go then, children? Did you have lots of fun? Was your helper any good at following your verbs? Did your dog sit or lie? Did your goldfish jump? Probably not. But well done for using your verbs. Because like I said, those verbs are going to be really important for our rules. Because when we write our rules for our pets tomorrow, each of our sentences will need to have a verb in it. It will need to have one of those doing words. So, again, just pause the video. Can you make sure you've got those pictures with you from yesterday? Go and get them and a pen or pencil and then start the video again when you're ready. All ready? Well done. Hopefully you've got your pictures and your pen and pencil in front of you. Now, these were all the pictures that I came up with yesterday, but I'm just going to show you one of them today. This is my rule where I wanted to make sure that Mrs. Gecko sits nicely on my hand and doesn't wriggle or squirm too much. So what's the verb? What is it that I want Mrs. Gecko to do? Let me practice saying my rule again. Sit on my hand nicely. What is it I want my pet to do? Sit. So I'm just going to write the word sit. I can use my sounds. It's a nice, easy word. Sit. Now, when you're doing this, you might think of different verbs that you could use. Sit's not the only one. I could say sit on my hand. I could say lie on my hand because sometimes she just lies there. I could say stay on my hand nicely. So if you think of other verbs too, even just for that one rule, you can write those down as well. That's what I'm going to do. So I had sit, I also thought I could use lie, and I could use the word stay. I have thought of 3 different verbs that I could use for my rule. They all kind of mean the same thing: lie, sit, and stay. Now, it's your turn. Get those pictures that you drew for me yesterday, and next to each one, can you write down the verb for what you want your pet to do or not to do? What is it they need to do or not do? What is the verb for each picture? Have a go at writing those words next to your pictures. If you can think of lots, great. But if you can only think of one, that's okay too. Pause the video, see what you can write down for me, and then start it again when you're ready. How did you get on, children? Could you think of a verb for all of your pictures? These are the ones I thought of, and if you found it a bit tricky, maybe this will help you. So, I thought of sit, because I wanted Mrs. Gecko to sit on my hand. I wanted her to keep her cage tidy. The verb is tidy. Tidy your cage. I wanted her to have lots of fun climbing. Climb. I wanted her to keep her food in her cage, or I get in trouble. Keep. I wanted her to watch TV, because she likes doing it. And last of all, I wanted her to sleep in the day. Those are the verbs that I have found. How did you get on with yours? If you need a bit more time, pause the video again and have another go. Otherwise, that's about it for today. But please, just like yesterday, keep hold of your pictures and your verbs, because we're really going to need them tomorrow again. We've learnt 2 things today. You've been spotting your graphemes for phase 3 sounds. You did really well with that. And we've been using verbs, doing words, in our rules. Well done. Good work for today. If you want another challenge, then like I mentioned earlier, see if you can think of different verbs that mean the same thing. Have a go and see how you get on. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow for our last lesson. Bye for now.